everyone, it's me again, back with my trusty little Icord machine. I just wanted to show you a little trick that I learned. Well, I didn't learn well, it's just not learned, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this. This is a nice purple, good old-fashioned DK purple. And I'm going to thread the machine with this. So what we do is we go through the hole there, go through that hole there, and we get our tool that came with the machine. It's got a hook on one end and a hole on the other end. So what we do is we put the yarn through the hole in the end, okay, like that. And then what we do is we've got a hole here, and you feed that through there, and we pull it out of the other end and take this out. Then we lift up. I'm going to have to lift this up so that you can see it. There we go. We lift up this here, and I'll put the yarn underneath that because that grips the yarn and pulls it through. Okay. Then I'm just going to put that down there on the floor out of the way. I'm going to put the yarn through the little tension thingy there. I'm going to make sure that all my latch hooks are all open, and then I'm going to start the machine. I'm going to slowly turn it around to grip the first hook here. It's going to grip this hook here. There we go. And then I'm going to take my little hook and I'm going to just push it behind the second hook. Okay. And then I'm going to let the yarn catch the third hook. Okay, like that. This is the third hook. And then I'm going to bring the hook up in front of the third hook. So the yarn is just caught on two hooks, number 1 hook and number 3 hook. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it, okay, so that it comes over the next hook there. Then I'm going to hang on to this here just for a little while, and I'm going to manually turn this handle here for a few turns, and you can see that the yarn is actually getting caught on the latch hooks, and as I'm hanging on to this, it's going down the tube here. So now what I'm going to do, now I apologise for the noise, because those of you that's got one of these machines know how noisy these are. Okay, so I'm just going to start this off. We've got 3 speeds here. We've got 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now when we switch the machine on, this will start to rotate and the cord will start to come out of the back there, okay, which I will show you as we're moving. So you know it's plugged in and ready because the little light's on there. So we've got a little white light here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to give that a little bit of tension, and then I'm going to turn it on to speed 1. Okay. And I'm going to keep holding on to this until you can see the cord coming through here. Okay, which will be any minute now. Any minute now. There we go. Here it comes now. So as soon as my cord goes underneath my my cogs here and comes out this side, I'm going to let go. Okay, now this is the first speed. Now at this speed, this machine will make 20 meters of cord per minute at this speed. Okay, so you're going to get 20 meters of cord. Now, as you can see, this is coming out here, look, it's dropping the stitches because it's not catching them properly. So I'm just going to have a look here to see if it's catching the stitches properly. It seems to be one of the bottom ones that's not catching the stitches. So as you know, you can see that it's coming out like that and it's not catching the stitches properly. I'm not going to stop it because I want you to see that happening. Okay, now I'm just going to have another look and just check that it's, yeah, now if I stop that, and I can show you which needle it is, it's this here, it's this needle here that's not catching. Okay, so I'm just going to go through that a couple of times manually. Okay, then I'm going to try again. We'll put it back onto speed 1. Speed 1 is 20 meters per minute. Okay, that will make you 20 meters per minute. Okay, so we're going to try that again at 20 meters per minute, and I'm just watching now to see if that comes out any different. It still seems to be missing it. It's still that one underneath that's missing it. So what I'm going to do now, just to give it a little bit more welly, because it's not working properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up to speed 2, okay? So there we have speed 2. Now I can see that as it's coming out of the other end, I can see that that's not catching properly at all. That really isn't catching. There we go, look, you see it's still catching. Now what I've done here, when I've sped it up, now I've sped it up. Now you see I didn't touch any of the needles or anything like that, I've just sped it up. Okay. Now at this speed you can do 40 meters per minute. And can you see? At this speed, it's not catching at all. It's not dropping any stitches. It's not dropped any stitches yet at this speed. Okay. Now I'm saying meters. I don't mean meters. I mean centimeters. Good gracious, 60 meters. Can you imagine it? Centimeters. Oh, good. I need to go back to bed, don't I? So, speed 1 will give you 20 centimeters per minute. Speed 2 gives you 40 centimeters per minute. Okay. So now we're doing. Look, you can see now that was your slow speed there, with all your bumps and missed stitches. And now as we come round here, this is your number 2 speed, and we've got no drops, no tucks or anything. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now again is I'm going to drop it back down to speed 1 to see if we've got a problem with the speed 1. Okay, so I'm going to drop it back down to speed 1. Okay. Now we've gone back down to speed 1 now. And I want you to see if on speed 1 we've got any drops like we had to start with on speed 1. Okay, this is all drops on speed 1. Okay, so what I want to do now, it's just starting to come through now. because I'm just wanting to see. There we go. Now I can see that there's a drop there on speed 1. Yep, there we go. Look, it's starting to drop off again now on speed 1, as that's coming through there. Can you see that? Now, whether it's anything to do with the machine or whether it's this yarn remains to be seen. I will try another yarn, a different brand, on the 1 speed, but you can see now, look, and it's still dropping. So we're going to go back up to number 2, okay? Comes. I have a feeling that it might be this yarn, okay, because look, speed 2, no drops. Let's bring that back to this here, so you can see. We're back on speed 2. So speed 2 again is 40 centimetres per minute. So now what I'm going to do, we've got no catches and tucks and drops and everything there now at all on number 2. So I'm going to go up to number 3. Now this is going to be loud, so just warning you in case you're sensitive to sound, because it is loud. Okay, so I'm going up to number 3. Before I go up to number 3, I wanted to tell you that on number 3 speed, you can get 60 centimetres, 60 centimetres per minute at this speed now that we're going to go to now. Number 3 speed, here we go. 60 centimetres per minute, okay? And as this is coming out, I can see, as this is coming out, I can see there's no tucks or drops on this either. Now I think with this yarn, this yarn doesn't like the slow speed. Not at all. Because again, look, you can see no drops. No drops at all. Yeah. 60 centimetres a minute. And that's lovely. I do like this purple, and this yarn is really nice and soft. Right, so again, what I'm going to do now now we've gone up to the very fast speed, I'm going to take it back down again, okay? So I'm going to go down to number 2 speed, okay? Go down to number 2 speed again. And then I'm going to go down again to number 1 speed and see what happens again. See if we get catches and drops. Okay, here we go down to 1, okay? There we go. I'm just going to look at that end to see if it's catching there. It does look like it is, but we shall see. It looks like it's catching at this end, but we'll know when it comes through here. See it coming through. Well, so far so good. It looks like it's doing okay. It's not missed any yet. And that's very strange because it seems to be going okay now. After we've had it going super turbo, it seems to be going okay now on the first speed. Famous last words. Here we go. Look, now it's started to catch off now. There we go. Here it comes now. Look, you can see. Famous last words. That always happens. We've got a couple of drops here. There, look. So I really don't think that this yarn here, look, we've got a couple of drops there. I really don't think that this yarn likes the slow speed. And it went okay for a bit and then it started to drop again. I'm saying it's going again okay now, but whenever I do this, if I'm in a hurry, I'll put it on 3, but 9 times out of 10 I will use this on number 2 speed, and then I'll just go off, make a cup of tea and what have you. Yeah, you can see that it's done. I mean, now that's going okay now. There we've got another patch there, another drop there. Yeah. I'm glad actually that it's done this so that you can see, because I know a lot of people sometimes do have trouble with this happening. You know, and you can see how I've done it. It's not so. I don't think that it's something that we do as users of the machine. I think it's just the yarns. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop this machine and I'm going to cut off this colour, this yarn, and put on a different yarn. And I'm going to do the different yarn at the same speed to see if it makes a difference. It will be joined onto the purple, but we'll see. Right, let me go and see if I can find another yarn. I do have this one, but it's the same brand as the purple is. So let's see what else we've got. Alright, here we go now. Right, here we go. Now I've got a big bucket full of different yarns here. I've got a big bucket full of different yarns here that I can try. So we'll chop that off there. I won't use that one. That's a fuzzy one. Right, now how about this nice green here? Here we go, let's try this green. There we go. I'll put that bucket back over there. I'll try this nice green. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie the ends together. saves me just rethreading the machine, that's all it is. I'm lazy like that. So I'm just going to tie them together. There we go. Come on, tie. There we go. Just going to pull that up there like that and snip the ends off. Snip off the purple end and snip off the green end. Okay, now this yarn that I'm using, this green, is another double knitting yarn. There we go, put that back under there. This is another double knitting yarn, but it's a Yarn Smith's Create. It's called Yarn Smith's Create, this is called. And this is soft. This is much softer than this is. So we'll just put that back down there on the floor and we'll see how this goes now. So I'm just going to start again with number 1. We'll just finish off that purple. You can see the purple's gone now. Well, the green's just coming out now. This green is a lot thinner than the purple. But the green's just coming through now, you can see that. Now we did the same speed as we did the purple, where we were getting drops and tucks. The green's coming through now. Let's take my glasses off so I can see it properly. There we go. This one is a thinner yarn. It's a DK, but it's still thinner, the green. You can see it's thinner. It's smoother. I haven't got the details though to read to you but this is acrylic. The green is acrylic, but it's a lot smoother and softer than the purple. And as you can see, so far, so good. There's no drops, there's no tucks. This is on number 1 speed. So this is another circular machine that only likes certain yarns. Coming out in sympathy with their older cousins. But I'm not saying it does work, it just works better on the faster speeds. This yarn here, it works better on the faster speeds. There we go with the green, it's lovely. This green is really pretty. Well, I won't waste this purple cord. I'll re-cord it and re-cord it. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just leave it on this cord and then put it through again on a faster speed, so we've got it all nice and not tucked or dropped. So I'm switched that off now. So I'm glad that went like that, so that you can see that these things happen. Well, thank you for watching my little Icord video, and I hope you'll join me next time when I do something else with it. I don't know what, but there you go. TTFN for now. Bye.